They are finally here. The new iPhones have arrived, and I've received both an iPhone 17 Pro and the brand new ultra-slim iPhone Air. I'm going to do a review of both phones, where I'll look at performance and design, and not least the cameras, how they perform, both compared to each other and what you might miss out on with the Air, and also compared to my 16 Pro. But those tests are going to take a bit of time because I need to go out and take a lot of photos with all the phones, run some different benchmarks, and then I also have to edit everything together. So that won't be ready until sometime later in the year. But I thought it could be fun, just as a small preview, to do a little improvised unboxing so you can get my first impressions of the phones, since they're both brand new. We've never had the Air before, we've never had a design that looked like this. And the 17 Pro, well, it's got this completely new unibody aluminium chassis with less glass on the back. Or actually, it's not even glass, it's ceramic shield. It also has a completely new design and this huge camera plateau, as Apple calls it. And then there's this orange color, which I'm also really excited about because this will probably be my daily driver for the next year. So now I'll have to see if I regret choosing such a bold color. But you'll get my immediate reaction in a moment when I finally unbox them. So, let's get on with it. We'll start with the 17 Pro. There are these regular pull tabs on the back here, just like we're used to from Apple. Super easy, everyone should do this, but let's take a look at the phone. That's really quite cool. I mean, take a good look at this. This is awesome. Very nice color. There's really not much else in the box since there's no charger or anything. There's a SIM removal tool because we still have a SIM card slot here in Europe. In the US, it's only delivered with eSIM and actually a slightly bigger battery. So we actually get a slightly smaller battery here in Europe. But that's basically it. There's just some paperwork like a quick start guide and a bit of legal mumbo jumbo. But yeah, there it is, just like that. Let's see if I can do some ASMR if I just hold it up to the microphone here. Nice, brand new iPhone. First impressions? Actually, it's not as heavy as I had feared. It's about 7 grams or so heavier than my 16 Pro, even though it's made of aluminium. But it doesn't really feel that substantial, and it has slightly more rounded edges because of this unibody design, so there's no transition between the frame and the glass on the back. There's only this part here that's ceramic shield. I must say, it really does feel pretty nice. I'm really looking forward to testing it out. I'm also excited to try out the new telephoto lens, which has 4 times optical zoom. That's actually 1 time less than the iPhone 16 Pro, which I have, but it's a significantly better sensor that's 56% larger and also 48 megapixels. So it can actually do up to 8x zoom in what Apple calls optical quality. It's still a digital zoom, but they also do some clever magic within their advanced image processing pipeline, so it should consistently deliver a visual quality that genuinely looks as if it's truly optical. At least better quality than if you just crop it in Photoshop. So I'm really looking forward to testing that and seeing how much better it performs than in my 16 Pro. But we'll get to that in the final video. So far, I'm pleasantly surprised by this one. Super nice. And a cool color, I think. Not too bold, but still much more fun than the Pro phones have been for many years. So I actually think I'll be really happy that I chose this one. At least now people can see I have the new one, not that it's important, but still. Well, enough about the 17 Pro. Let's put it over here. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one feels in the hand. Because from what I've seen online, at least from those who were invited to the Apple event, everyone has been like, what? It's just so nice, but let's take a look. Let's unbox it straight away. I should also mention that my wife is pretty excited to try this one, because if there's one thing that doesn't always fit in a woman's handbag, it's a big chunky phone like this. So she's kind of curious if this might be her new phone. But we'll see about that. Of course, I have to test it first. Let's take a look. There it is, just like that. Very nice. Let's try the ASMR again. Wrong way. Oh, actually, it was that way. It's always a nice feeling when you peel off the plastic on a new phone. That's how it looks. iPhone Air. Super light. I just need to try it compared to the other one. It doesn't feel like there's a huge difference, but there is a difference. There should be about a 40-gram difference, 35 to 40 grams. On the other hand, it's just ultra thin and nice, perfect for slipping into your pocket, and it's a 6.5-inch, so a much larger screen than you get on the 17 Pro, so you get more screen in a thinner package. Otherwise, it's the same display, up to 3000 nits, and promotion OLED screen on both of them, so you're not compromising on anything in that regard, no matter which one you choose. There's also not much difference in price. This is only €100, cheaper than this one. They both come with 256 gigabytes as standard, but on this one you only have one camera. Reportedly, it's the same main camera as on the 17, whereas the 17 Pro's main camera is actually supposed to have a slightly better sensor. I don't necessarily think you'll be able to see a big difference, at least not in daylight or sunlight, but maybe in some low-light evening photography, where there's not much light, you might be able to notice a difference. Of course, I'll be testing that as well, so you can see how much you're compromising on image quality by selecting the Air. If you decide you can do without the ultra-wide and telephoto, what about the main camera? Is it significantly worse or what? That will also be really interesting. And the last thing, which will be really exciting, is of course the new selfie camera. I haven't turned on the phones or set them up yet, so that will have to wait as well. But the selfie cam has also been upgraded to an 18-megapixel camera with a square sensor, so you can take pictures in both portrait and landscape without turning the phone, but with the same high resolution and also in significantly better quality, as I've seen from those who have had the phone for early testing. So I'm really looking forward to trying that as well, and it's the same camera that's in all the new models, both the 17 Pro and the Air. But I think that's basically it. This is what the new phones look like. Exciting and gorgeous as always. This one feels super premium with this shiny titanium. And this is the blue one. Is that what it's called? I can't remember what it's called. Sky blue or something like that, but it actually looks almost white. There's a very, very slight difference in the colors of the Air this year. I think you can only tell the difference between the colors if you have them side by side. But that's what they look like. Look forward to the full review, which will be coming later in the year, and as I said, remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps me out, and you'll also automatically get notified if you turn on notifications, so you'll know when a new video from me is released. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you want to see more from my channel, YouTube has picked a video up there that they think is just right for you. And if you'd like to support me directly so I can keep making these videos, well, feel free to buy me a cup of coffee. That always makes me happy. See you soon.